Hey guys, welcome back to Klink. My name's Harry and today I'm going to show you how to make an espresso martini. Espresso martinis have been a very popular drink for a long time. They date back to the 80s, 1980s. The history by a bartender by the name of Dick Bradsell. He worked in a bar in Soho in London, and apparently a famous model, not sure who, came to the bar and asked him to wake me up. With a cocktail. So he had a coffee machine next to him, so he decided to mix coffee, vodka and a little bit of sugar syrup to sort of ease it through, and passed it on in a martini glass, served it up, and that's pretty much how it goes. It's sort of evolved from there. I think he himself also added Kahlua or a coffee liqueur to it, called it a martini as he served it in a martini glass. I think originally the name was the vodka espresso, so really basic for vodka and espresso. But now obviously the espresso martini is what we have today, and I'm going to show you how to make it. I'm actually going to make two today. So I've got obviously the standard. We've got our vodka, which is absolute vodka. We've also got some Kahlua. So I'm going to do it two ways. I've got some cold brewed coffee which I make myself, which is just espresso straight from a coffee machine. If you don't have a coffee machine, it's absolutely fine. You can basically, what you can do if you have any like one of those capsule coffee machines that can do espresso or anything like that. If you don't, instant coffee, just make it as strong as possible, and you can just play around with the measurements. But just get 30 mils of espresso strength coffee, and you should be good. So for the second one, I'm also going to give this one a go. This is a brand, or a New Zealand owned brand that I found out about recently. It's Harpoon Cold Brew Coffee. I've tried their cold brew coffee. It's like a long drink and you can just enjoy that. It's like drinking an cold brew Americano. But this is espresso straight concentrate. So this has been designed, they promote that this should be used for espresso martinis. I do believe as well they have their own espresso martini, but we're just going to use that, and we're going to pop in the measurements for that the same as we do with this one, and just compare the two. So let's get started. So I said this one we're going to use 30 mils. We're actually going to do it with all of them. It's 30 mils for every ingredient, so coffee, vodka and Kahlua. So what we'll do first is put our glass in the chiller. I'll do that now. Keep that nice and chilled. And then we're going to prep with our Boston Tin Shaker. So we'll start with 30 mils of our vodka, which we'll chuck in there. Perfect. There you go, 30 mils of Kahlua. Now there are other coffee liqueurs out there. You can also do it with like other spirits mixed with like coffee. So you've got like Avion Espresso, which is a tequila based, or Cafe Patron. That's obviously a whole different flavour palette comes through with those espresso martinis. But it's really dealer's choice. And that's the thing, there are variations of an espresso martini. This is just the basic original, which I'm teaching you today. So I've got my cold brew coffee here. Same again, 30 mils in like so. Perfect. Now I've got some ice. Now espresso martinis, where I work, we normally make them with hot espresso coffee. So we chuck the ice in and start shaking it straight away, because it's obviously, we've got to cool it down but not water it down too much, but also get that froth going. If you've ever had espresso martinis, it's got a nice head on there. So yeah, but this, you just have to shake it a lot. That's the best way to do it. I mean, there's people who've done hacks or tricks or whatever. I'm just going to shake it a lot. Put the elbow grease in. So just fill that with some ice. To the side, and give it a good old shake. Cool. Tell you now, that's an exercise for you. So I can already see that's got a lot of foam in it. Now I'm going to do something that I've only started doing recently because I've been told by other people. What you can do, just to make sure you get that perfect sort of foamy top on it, is to single strain it back into your glass. or glass, your tin, sorry, like so. Get rid of your ice, just chuck in there, and just give it another shake. So this is called a dry shake. Dry shake means it's not with any ice. Or I call it putting it on silent. Okay, so now open that up, nice and foamy. Gonna get our glass out the fridge and chilling in there nicely. And now we're gonna carefully double string it. Oh, look at that. Super, super smooth. Help those little bits come through. Lovely. Just put a little bit. Ooh. A little bit of a sneak peek there. Now to garnish, we're just going to use a couple of coffee beans. And as you'll see, it will start to sort of slowly separate from the top to the bottom. So you'll see the gradation from the coffee, the actual liquid to the foam. And there we have it, guys, the Espresso Martini. Looks pretty good to me. So, let's just clean up a little bit here. Let's give that a taste. Oh, yeah, that's delicious. There's obviously a little bit of sweetness because you've got a little bit of sugar in the Kahlua, but it's obviously quite bitter. You can obviously use, like I said, originally it was just espresso and vodka with a little bit of sugar. So you could add some sugar. Some people have, I've added vanilla sugar in the past, so it sort of gives it those other little flavours coming through. But as a standard drink, just vodka, coffee, and coffee liqueur, it stands up pretty well. Yeah, very well balanced, and obviously classy. Look at it, it's quite a sophisticated looking drink. Again, like I said, it used to be in a martini glass. I prefer them in these coupes, just sort of makes it a little bit nicer, a little bit more 2020 rather than 1980. Delicious. Right, so we'll put that to one side for now, and we'll get started making the second one. So, like I said, making two. So we're going to have the same. Oh, don't know if you heard that. There's a motorbike going past. Very loud. Okay, so yeah. Where was I? So it's pretty much the same. I'm going to do the same because I've not actually used this one before. This is actually a brand new bottle sent to me. Like I said, I've had their cold brew, this company's cold brew coffee just as a drink, but not the espresso strength, and so we'll see how it goes. I assume it said they have a recipe for making espresso martinis. It's shake up 1 part each of harpoon concentrate, which is this, coffee liqueur and vodka with ice, strain and serve. So we'll do the same because that was the same. It was 30 mils each, so we'll do it in the same order. We'll go rinse out. Go 30 mils of our vodka, like so, and 30 mils of Kahlua. Perfect, just like that. And we'll go 30 mils of this cold brew espresso strength. Looks just like coffee, more like the Kahlua actually. So I'm pretty sure you can buy that in the supermarket. Obviously it's a New Zealand brand, so I think it's most probably just in New Zealand, maybe Australia as well. If you have, wherever you are in the world, you can probably find something like similar in the supermarkets. But like I said, you can use anything that's like espresso strength coffee. Whether you can use instant coffee if you have a coffee machine. What's that brand? Tassimo. Yeah, I know some of my family's got that. So we'll do the same. Shake it hard and strong again. Hands start to freeze, so that's a good sign. Tell you now, bartenders don't need a gym membership, they can work out enough shaking their cocktails. Perfect. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna double strain it, single strain it back into the tin. Like so. Ooh! That's a lot lighter colour than that one. Just straight away from seeing that foam is a much lighter. Dump the ice, shake it again, silent mode. Perfect. There we go. Lovely. Bit of glass. It's always good to chill your glass, just looks so much nicer when it gets presented. And then double strain it back in. So yeah, you can definitely see, ooh, that's definitely a lot lighter colour. Almost like a caramel. There we go. Put that aside. And I'm going to garnish it the same way because coffee beans is all I really have. Unless you're adding other flavours in there. I've had people garnish it with cherries. I saw one that was 20 mils Kahlua and 15 Cointreau. And that was like kind of like a citrusy one. Obviously have the orange liqueur, so they garnished it with a little bit of an orange. But this is just the same, just vodka, Kahlua, and I've got a cold brew coffee. And there we have it. We've got another espresso martini. As you can see, that is much lighter. I mean, it's quite dark still, but the foam, just in comparison, obviously this one's been sat here a while now, so it's gone a little bit bigger foam, but you can definitely tell the difference in colour. That's a lot darker. Okay, let's quickly take some pictures of that. Okay, so let's give this one a taste as well. In comparison, not a huge amount of difference. That is a solid espresso martini. I'm trying to think of differences. I mean, obviously, looks-wise, this one's sat here quite a while now, but I don't know if you can still see. There's a good difference in colour. That is a few shades darker on top. I would say that one's more bitter. Although this one says nothing artificial, no sugar. So it is just cold brew coffee, but there's clearly something in here that gives it a lighter colour and foam, because that's the only difference, that's the only change. Yeah. I think it's just, I think I prefer it with that one. I really do. Yeah, that's quite a strong, it's a little bit more, that's very, like I said, bitter. And obviously if you like black coffee, or if you drink black coffee or espresso martinis, that's what you're probably used to, maybe unless you add a little sweetener like sugar or vanilla syrup or something like that, or other ingredients. But this one's very solid. It's immediately sweet, which would only be coming from the Kahlua. But yeah, I think it's just less bitter, much smoother. And from, obviously that one's been sat there a while, like I said, the bubbles have got a little bit thicker, it's got a little bit sturdier, but this one's holding up quite well. I'm going to enjoy this. Right, well there we have it, guys. After a request or two on a video on how to make espresso martinis, just showing you how to make two. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Give this a go. I know some of you have been sending us pictures, which is awesome, of the cocktails that you've been making. Keep doing it. These ingredients aren't too expensive. You can get just a standard vodka for your Kahlua, for your cocktails. Kahlua, there are other coffee liqueurs out there. If you can get some of this just makes your life super easy, and it comes out really well. But if you want, like I said, any kind of strong coffee that you make, you can put in one of these. Anyway, like I said guys, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Have a good one. Cheers.